Okay, so we've got most of the wire up and stapled onto the posts. One thing I'll mention is that it's less expensive to buy these posts, but they taper. And so it's kind of hard to make sure you get a good tight pull, because you can see here, you might be able to tell that down at the bottom it's real nice and taut, but up at the top it's a little loose. So what I'll do is I'll take some pliers and pull the top back toward the corner a bit more, fold it over and staple it down again, and do that to tighten up the top. And I'll show you again a little bit more when we get a little further along. I thought you'd like to see what we're doing here, how we actually managed to capture these ducks. Now mind you, this works because most of these guys are too big or don't care to fly. So we've got this old dog kennel here with one of the hinges split open, and we're just going to lure them into this area, drop feed on the floor, and once we have them in there, we'll close it up. So I'll see you in a second. Okay, this may not seem like much, but we've got them closed in here, and now all we got to do is pick them up, and we're going to shove them in this little crate. But don't hate me, because only about 800 foot through the woods is our house, so they'll be out of that in about 10 minutes. In our pen, we've got them all in here. Brandon's going to hold them while we clip a wing on each one. Now, we're not too worried if the females get out, but some of these guys are juvenile males, and so we'd rather them all just stay in here as much as possible. Besides, these are the ones that we know like to go next doors, so we're just going to discourage that by clipping a wing at a time. So we're going to repeat that, and I'll let you know in a few minutes just how many we brought back. Okay, so the final count is that there were 19 of our ducks that were next door. They've all had their right wing clipped, so hopefully they'll stay in the pen and not fly over the top like we want. And they're already apparently a little combative, but they'll settle down once they get used to their new area. You can tell these ones are enjoying their water. Here's the results of clipping wings. Let me tell you a little bit about the fence. I told you on Facebook it was good enough to go for now. We're going to have to get a couple T-posts and shore up these edges here. It's just that 20-foot span's too far to try to keep that perfectly taut, especially with the corner posts being tapered like they are. But anyway, we decided to make it level rather than have the fence at an angle like this, because we are on a hill. So we just backfilled it with dirt, and I'm going to come back in here, and on the outside I'm going to at night when everybody's penned up, I'm going to secretly plant some things, like probably some Austrian winter pea and some other things that'll grow and help stabilize that bank that we had to backfill, and maybe give them a little shade and whatever else. But you can tell they're not going to get much shade except about high noon, if that. Or I mean much sun. They'll have plenty of shade, so everything should be good for them. But coming over here, just show you real quick, the gate was pretty simple. What we did is we just cut up a section of the cattle fencing that we had, used some fence staples, turned them into hinges, and then over here it's just a little carabiner style clip on a wire, and that's going to be, you know, fine for the size ducks that we're trying to keep in. So we'll keep you up to date. Some of these guys are going to get butchered. I've got plans for some duck chili, and now that we've got our males back, that's more of a possibility. But my wife informs me that that's about half of our flock that was next door at this point. So that was a big thing for us to get this done. Thanks y'all for watching. We'll catch you next time.